what is the language you've got to use, and to what extent can we create the language which will shape government opinion. The free early childhood policy allows a child to be in a full day centre, but 20 hours of that is totally free. Now that makes a huge amount of difference to the budget. There's 30 hours already subsidised, but the subsidy probably is only about 40% of the costs. So I think they're talking about family budgets, coming down on average about $70 a week, paying less on early childhood, and that's a lot of money going back into an average family budget.
How close are you to pay parity or
well,
equity?
For kindergarten teachers, it's full pay parity's been there for some years now. Childcare, it is, I think it's possibly up around about 80–90%. And market forces, in some respects, because of the demand for teachers, is forcing all employers to pay their teachers very well, but it's not sewn up in collective agreements to the same extent for childcare. In some parts of the childcare sector it is. I think you could look at, in my country, and I think you could say the same in this country too, that even back into the 19th century it was the professionals were there calling for change. Kindergartens always wanted to be equal with school-aged children, the school sector, but it took almost 100 years to get there. I think there's been points in time where they've been more effective, and there's been points in time where the strategies have had to change. So at some periods of time, ladylike politics and pearls and twin sets might have worked, but they don't work now. From what I heard this morning at the conference, it sounds a very exciting time to be part of early childhood, but change is always very stressful, I think, too. But I think the key thing, and one of the things I said in the talk, was with governments being so interested and wanting to take early childhood on board as part of their political platform, this is great. But what we've got to keep making sure is that as professionals we're designing the blueprint that goes there, and it's not necessarily totally a government top-down agenda.